Moneybagg Yo just started a label, Bread Gang, and they wanted to do an event in New York, and they was like, we need sponsors, we need press, we need everybody out. Like, we need people to see Bags as an executive and not just an artist. We did this event and it was extremely successful. And I remember going to the studio the next night with Marcus Howe, AKA Head, and him being like, I need somebody like you on my team.
Oh my God, this is forever. I know years.
My name is Breon Robinson, and this is how I became the Senior Vice President of Branding at Endless Entertainment. Make a long story short, I broke my neck in a car accident in college. And I remember being like, dang, I don't want to go back to college. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my last 2 checks and the little student money that I got from college, and I'm gonna go somewhere where I don't have to drive. And I chose New York. I bought a one-way ticket, was homeless for like the first 3 months. I lived at the Covenant Shelter on 41st and 10th Avenue. I'm gonna get it. I'm not going back to Shreveport. I'm not going to Dallas, because my mom had moved to Dallas at the time. Like, I gotta make it. Like, this is plan A. There's no plan B. My best friend came to visit me within the first month of me living in New York, and she was like, let's go to 106 and Park. And I met Kevin Logan and Terrence Clayton, who were over the audience department. I saw how Kevin would have to go out and find, you know, people to come to the show. I saw that and I was like, man, I can do this. And I bugged him and bugged him and bugged him every day after that. And at the time, they had just got a new show called Black Girls Rock on BET. And he was like, if you can bring me 30 people to this show, I'll give you a shot at being an audience coordinator. I bought 65 people. That experience changed my life. I got to meet record executives. I got to meet Andy Hilfiger, you know, who allowed me to work with the Hilfiger family and their brand. It just opened up so many doors because BET and 106 was a revolving door. It was the center of culture, and everything that was touching the airways touched that place. I got to see promo and PR, and I fell in love with everything that was going on behind the scenes. I was a freelance publicist at Atlantic Records. The first 2 big artists that I got to work was A Boogie and PNB Rock, God rest his soul. In working those projects, I ended up getting to do some more freelance stuff with Warner, and I ended up meeting Ayel Kleiman. And he introduced me to Nigel Talley and Todd Moskowitz. And Todd at the time had just started, you know, Alamo. He was ambitious. He had Wi-Fi's Funeral. He had Smoke Perp, and he just wanted to put together a team of individuals that, you know, were innovators. And we can't forget about Sherry Bryant, the co-president over at Roc Nation now, but she put together a phenomenal team of people at Alamo. She tested us. She was like, hey, we got Ride Wave, we got O3 Greedo, we got Smoke Perp, we got Wi-Fi's Funeral. Like, I'm gonna give you a budget, I need you to go figure it out. Alamo taught me and my team members guerrilla style. They taught us not to take no for an answer. There was no door that we were not able to kick down. There's always an audience that's going to tap into whatever genre of music it may be. And I'm thankful to them for that too. Alamo was definitely a very pivotal point in my career and in my life. After Alamo, I found out I was about to be a mom. And I want something that allows me to have ownership, that allows me to be able to leave something behind to this individual that I'm about to give birth to. So Blueprint was in real full effect. Zion's dad was managing an emerging artist, JID, that was going crazy, and he had partnerships with Dreamville, and they were like, hey, we're getting ready to do this Revenge of the Dreamers camp. Like, let's be all hands on deck. And I just remember a group of people coming together to bring people in a room like Guapdad 4000 and young Baby Tate, and giving them an opportunity of a lifetime. Blueprint, you know, started in the midst of all of that. You know, meeting these people that didn't care about status. They cared about making good music. Long story short, Moneybagg Yo just started a label, Bread Gang. And they wanted to do an event in New York. And they was like, we need sponsors, we need press, we need everybody out. Like, we need people to see Bags as an executive and not just an artist. You know, like, he wants to follow in the footsteps of what Marcus Howell and Zachary Randolph has done for him and what, you know, Yo Gotti has done for him. So we did this event and it was extremely successful. And I remember going to the studio the next night with Marcus Howell, AKA Head, and him being like, I need somebody like you on my team. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm looking to go back in-house, but it has to be right. And I was flown to Memphis, Tennessee, literally 2 days later. He sat down, I told him what I wanted to do. He said, I'm gonna put it on paper, and I'm gonna send you this contract, and I'm sitting right here right now. He did everything that he said he was gonna do. And I'm grateful to him. Working with Bags, Big 30, Big Homie G, Lonely, D Moolah, and then also too working with Zachary Randolph on the sports side. He's a NBA legend, you know, and he did a lot for the Memphis Grizzlies and the New York Knicks. So to be able to stand next to him from the sports perspective also too is very cool. So I'm excited as to what this opportunity is gonna bring. And then also to just being a Black woman in position there. From a branding perspective, I think a lot of times there are production companies and labels that have these major artists that are signed to them. They partner with a machine and the machine gets the credit. You know, so I'm coming in to, one, bring awareness around our CEOs who have been in the game for 10 plus years and have had a bunch of success, and Bags being in the forefront of that. Having an artist that have 9 billion streams is major. And that story to not be told is crazy. And I feel like a lot of times there are a lot of Black executives that are in position that don't have anyone to tell their story. They just have a machine that takes the credit. You know, so what I plan on doing differently at Endless is, one, to be able to tell my executive stories, but also be able to tell the artist stories from their standpoint and allow them to be able to leave their legacy and what they have given to the game. My advice that I would give to a woman trying to make it in a male-dominant industry, I say, fuck it. I don't see men when I walk into a building, to be honest with you. Regardless if they see a woman, I don't see them. You need to walk in there like, hey, I'm that girl, I'm running the show. And I don't care if you got balls, I got balls on my chest. And they're way bigger than yours. And that's how I move in any situation. Like, and I feel like anybody that knows me know that. It's not, I don't care about the gender. Also too, stand your ground. Stand 10 toes down on any and everything that you say, especially when you know that you're right and you know whatever that you bring to the forefront is gonna work. And if they don't believe in it, keep it pushing. There's somebody out there that will give you the opportunity and that will allow you to be who you are. Kick down any door, and it don't matter what anybody has to say. That's my advice. Fuck it.